Farming Simulator 22 just got a little French. Gamescom is a flurry of announcements, and today we get another big bit of information, and that is the location of the third map for Farming Simulator 22. Drum roll, please. The third map is located in France. So as it turns out, I was wrong. I thought it would be Italy, but oh well, I've gotten over it, and so should you. Just like other maps, this map does not attempt to represent a specific area, but to represent the whole of southern France. Now, let's dive into some screenshots. Our first image shows us an old castle sitting atop a hillside overlook, with the town below running along a river. Now let's take a look at the area that I think likely inspired this portion of the map. We all know that a good map does not just tick the checkboxes for fields, sheds, animals, sell points. A map has to feel alive. And for that, there needs to be traffic, people, and things for these people to see and do. So here we see an observatory. From the blog post, it sounds like maybe it actually opens up at night to peer into the sky, while during the day it closes up to protect all of those sensitive instruments. Hey, check out that European-inspired car down there in the parking lot. In the next shot, we have a grain elevator, complete with a train dump station. Clearly an autumn image, also with the colors of the poplar and other trees. Looking at the windows, it appears that we can look inside of the building somewhat, and we have another Euro-style car there to the right. Moving along, we have a view from the river. We saw a segment of this river in the first image. I assume the castle on the hill is off to the right of this location. As with Elm Creek, the clouds look a lot better, in my opinion, than they did in FS19. And we have a hot air balloon. Wonder if we can take a boat ride down the river in these things. Now let's take a look at what it's like to farm in the south of France. We have a pair of Massey Fergusons with the 5S105 and a small baler in the Massey Ferguson 1840 that, according to online sources, can make bales 14 inches wide and up to 18 inches long. The ever-present hot air balloon. And can anyone tell me what kind of trees are in the background? Moving on to the narrow fent working the leaf remover, trimming things back for the next year's growth. And look at Mr. Virtual Farmer sporting a handlebar mustache and some 5 o'clock shadow. Our last farm machinery image is of a Crystal Zetor pulling a rock collector. I'll pause there and let that sink in. A rock collector. That's right. We're going to be picking up rocks. Now, that's what I'm talking about. I wish we had one of these when I was growing up, because when I grew up, we grew rocks seemingly about as well as we did other crops. Now, if we zoom in on the ground, we can see rocks as well as the parallax mapped soil to provide the visual appearance of soil depth. We can also spy, off in the background, a new corn texture. Another autumn scene, maybe early autumn, as some trees are deep into their color change, while others are not. Here I have to say, I'm not sure what's up with the catapult, but we did just see a rock collector. Nah, Giants wouldn't let us launch rocks across the map, would they? Oh, please, 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 please. And finally, we have the idyllic winter scene from a Norman Rockwell painting with snow falling, deer foraging under the tree. Wait, what? Deer foraging under the tree? Oh yeah, baby. We've got deer in Farming Simulator 22. So the wild animals that they talked about in the pre-release content of FS19 got dropped. But they are back, baby. They are here in FS22. Now, enough of the stills already. Let's take a look at some gameplay footage here on the new French map. Maestro, roll that beautiful farming footage. So here we can see that Massey Ferguson small baler baling some straw. Looks like each straw bale is going to be about 650 liters, 675 liters of total capacity. You can also see a new icon for the fill type straw. Not really sure if I like that icon, but we do have new icons for sure. It's going to be pretty interesting how can we pick these small bales up in game. Are we going to have to use a forks? Are we going to be able to pick them up by hand? Is there going to be a bale trailer that will be able to pick those up? Really, really interesting to see. Now let's go ahead and jump on and check out the grape harvest. Now that we're over here with our New Holland harvester, you can see the new crop sorghum here behind the harvester. Looking at the F1 menu, we have the infamous H Open AI worker menu. Still no information as to what that is. Now, looking at the harvester here, obviously we've got to run between the harvester through the middle of the grapevines, and it looks like if we're not square on this thing, we're going to get caught on the collisions of the grapevines. Hopefully they can tweak that, because that looks like that might be really a problem. Some folks might run into really having a hard time getting through these rows of grapes and olives. We can see our grape fill type icon down there in the lower right. And this has really got me wondering, how do we empty this grape harvester? We can see the grapes falling in there. Nice, cool animation. Obviously, I guess the grapes are stored down below on the side pods. Do the side pods like fold out? How do we get them out? That'll be interesting to explore. Maybe we'll see more gameplay footage later on that will explain that. And there we get another kind of shot of the sorghum. Now let's go check out the leaf cutting, which is what we need to do at the end of the year after we have harvested our grapes and olives. We need to cut the leaves back for next year's growth. Here we are, coming up with a little narrow Fendt tractor. And I've got to say, I wonder what this crop is behind the Fendt. Are those soybeans? I really don't know what that crop is. It looks withered. I don't know. But here we are. So in the autumn, we need to come in and basically trim the leaves off of these vines so that we'll have new growth next year. So we can turn off pre-pruner, full pre-pruner, lower pre-pruner as far as the F1 menu goes. We've got to kind of thread the pruner through the vines here. Interesting and maybe awkward bit of work. Looking at the F1, or not the F1, looking at the helper. We've got some pretty interesting clothing on the helper. Really looking forward to seeing how we can customize our helper going forward. So now let's go ahead and take a look at spraying the grapes. You see our new fill type for, or fill icon for liquid fertilizer. This is an interesting sprayer that seems to kind of spray a half arc of fertilizer on either side. Here we have another angle on the spraying of the crop. This is just one of the new unique pieces of machinery that we're going to be able to use to basically work our fields that are full of grape and olive vines. And now the last bit of gameplay video I want to show you is the crystal here with the stone picker-upper, the stone collector. So you can see we can turn on and off the stone collector, raise and lower the stone collector. Lower it on down and just drive through the field and just picking up stones. So you can see we do have a fill icon for stones. What do we do with the stones once we have collected them? I don't know. I mean, I kind of hope we can use the catapult, but realistically, what can we do with stones? Maybe we can put them in a stone crusher and make some sort of fine gravel that we can then put down on our roads or something. Maybe we can turn it into concrete. I don't really know, but you can see how it works here. Basically run the field through, or the pickup, the stone picker-upper, if you will, through the field, and then it basically collects the stones, removes them from the field. Kind of like weeding does, really. Where you basically, let's imagine the weeds are stones, and the stone picker-upper is a weeder. So guys, if you liked what you've seen here, and you're thinking about pre-ordering Farm Sim 22, go ahead and check out my affiliate links in the description below.